When I said, when Jan van Riebeeck landed in the Western Cape, our problems began, is a historic fact.
They're taught that the black man is the enemy, the new South Africa is a lie, and a war will be waged on the country's white people, which they need to be prepared for.
When I said, when Jan van Riebeeck landed in the Western Cape, our problems began, is a historic fact.
They've been indoctrinating our children since 1994, telling them about the so-called Rainbow Nation, and they couldn't be very successful if every time we've got these camps, we change it in 9 days' time, and then these kids see that they belong to a different nation, very proud nation.
Fatherland recently premiered in Johannesburg.
I think, Honourable Member, it would be wise to disabuse yourself from the tendency that when we talk about land and we talk about those who own land, you think it is because of hatred. It's not true. We are just stating a fact that massive stretches of land are owned by few, and they form part of the economic base, the land. We need to correct this, because if we don't correct it, you know, the areas that used to be called reserved, where Africans in particular were pushed to, the population has been growing and the land is not growing, and is a problem. Is a problem that we need to tackle. If we don't, I think we'll be not working for our future that is peaceful, because we will be saying there are people who must live without any land when there is a land in the country.
South Africa is bleeding, and this is why we have to train our people to be prepared for any attack, any.
There was a great track from here when there was a quarrel between the Afrikaners and the British. As a history of this country, there was an establishment of 4 republics, 2 belonging to the British, 2 belonging to the Afrikaners. When all of this was done, the blacks were not consulted, even the establishment of the republics.
Commando Corps is an organization that trains our people to protect themselves. We call ourselves the Boer Nation. It's basically the white Afrikaans-speaking people in South Africa, we like to be called the Boer Nation now. The camps is for the younger guys. That is to train the younger guys to defend themselves, to defend their girlfriends, and so it's mostly school children from the age of 16 years up.
Because we would be saying there are people who must live without any land when there is a land in the country. And we have said, we are not going to act like in other parts of the world. We have a constitution, we have the law. It is going to be between or within the parameters of the law that we are going to address this matter. It does not display hatred. It's not. We are saying this problem must be resolved. We cannot resolve it. Because if we don't, it could explode one day. The responsible leadership today must find a way to avoid that situation. So I don't think it helps to jump into phrases that if somebody talks about the land hunger, then is hating the whites. And how else could you describe those who own the land. How do you describe them if you don't say what happened? We are not even talking about the history, what happened. Many of those people did not buy the land, and we don't want to talk about that. We now know that as settlers arrived, there were people who were distributing land. And there are specific histories we know. We don't want to talk about that. That's why we just talk about correcting the past. Because we can give details what happened. Many people died. That's not the point we want to talk about. If we were driven by hatred, we will be saying, this is what happened. We are not just saying, let us find a way, a formula to solve this problem. That's all. There is no hatred.
They're taught that the black man is the enemy, the new South Africa is a lie, and a war will be waged on the country's white people, which they need to be prepared for.
There is no hatred. Some of us have been taught by our organization not to be racist, to know that we all belong here. But we all need enough space to live together, to be able to feel that we are indeed citizens.
We are being ruled by people that hasn't even got the same moral values than us. We want our own government, we want our own piece of ground, and we will, at the end, we will strive for that. And we will fight for our freedom.
So I just want you to disabuse you from always when you come here, you say this is racialism. It's not. It's not. I just thought it's important to stress this point because I think it's a callous discussion. I'm just saying, please disabuse yourself from, instead of debating the issue so that we find a common agreed solutions, you point at the color. We are avoiding to point at the color. But we are describing the situation, as it were, with an aim that we should find a solution for the country. That is what we are doing. And we are not going to stop by saying you hate the whites. No.
Dit vat 'n les van 'n uur en ek draai sy kop en ek swaai hom. Dan weet hy is nie meer deel van die reënboognasie nie. Hy is deel van 'n nasie, 'n ander nasie wat 'n baie trotse geskiedenis het. Hy het genoeg voorsiening gemaak sodat ons is Afrikaners. Ons is 'n volk in eie reg. Soveel disrespek het ons vir hierdie ding. Wat is die grootste verskil tussen jou en 'n swart man? Die cortex. Onthou die woord, die cortex. Hy kan nie daai beplanning doen nie. Nie omdat hy swart vel het nie, nie omdat hy 'n plat neus het nie, nie omdat hy dik lippe het nie, omdat sy cortex 120 gram ligter weeg as jou cortex.
As ek skree bravo is bravo op, okay?
Wie moor, roof en verkrag? Wie is hierdie wesens? Wie dink julle is dit? Dis swart mense.
Arm seer. Ek kan nie meer doen wat ons nou doen nie. Ek kan nie, ek weet ek gaan my teleurstel, maar ek kan nie.
Ja, hierdie kamp bevorder rasisme, maar nie slegte rasisme nie.
I thought of a rainbow nation, but there is nothing like that in South Africa.
Ja, ek voel nou definitief meer soos 'n Afrikaner. Ek voel daar vloei Afrikaner bloed in my. Ek wil nie Suid-Afrikaans wees nie. Ek wil nie met hierdie reënboognasie geassosieer word nie, want dit is nie hoe dit moet wees nie en dis nie hoe dit gaan wees nie.
Van ons land Suid-Afrika, ons land.
As ek lief is vir my eie volk, as ek lief is vir my eie taal, as ek lief is vir my eie kultuur, as ek lief is vir my eie ras, en jy sê vir my dan is ek 'n rasis, ja, dan is ek 'n rasis. En ek is nie skaam om te sê ek is 'n rasis nie, want as in hierdie land in Suid-Afrika is daar een van twee dinge wat jy moet wees, of jy's blind of jy's 'n rasis.
Ons sal sterwe, ons vir jou Suid-Afrika.
And we are not going to stop by saying you hate the whites. No, it's not true. It's not true. I've worked with the whites. There were whites who were in the struggle, were in the trenches together. I've not been with them there if I was racist. They were my comrades. We lived together. We in the ANC have gone beyond the feelings of racism, far beyond it, even before 1994. That's not the issue. I don't know why the honorable member is saying all the problems we face are not the problems of apartheid. Why are you defending apartheid? You were a victim of apartheid, you. I don't know why you defend it. Absolutely, I don't understand. You defend apartheid.
I never said that. I never said that.
The problem of apartheid. The problem of what? I'm answering you. You come with meandos, I answer with meandos. Easy. Ask the question, I will answer the question.
If you want Zuma to go, the place to be on the 2nd of November is said. But I can tell you, the dark clouds are gathering over Zuma's head. His days are numbered. He's the one who's having a key to the door where he's going to exit.
I have to thank Mr. Julius Malema.
That is the end of Zuma's presidency. The motion of no confidence has been put before Baleka by the DA. Once Zuma says,
Because of this conduct, exactly this.
Then we are going to vote for Zuma to leave, and a number of ANC members of parliament will abstain. Because if they don't abstain, then they are once more proving that they are not loyal to the Republic of South Africa.
I have to thank Mr. Julius Malema. I'm controlling Julius. I've never met him. But I did send him a text message through a friend. I'm going to tell the world that I actually do give him money.
Because of this conduct, exactly this.
uyabona uhlanga elifana nohlanga eliphethe umentshisi ufuna ukushisa indlu nihleli nalo luhle